Hello, and welcome back to the kitchen sink with Taylor and John. Oh, I was
Oh,
supposed to have you do the opening,
yeah,
huh?
but you said it was a requirement to like dance.
All right, well, okay.
I don't like to dance.
All right, we'll redo that.
No,
Yeah, we'll just get this first bit.
no, I like this. This is fine. Anyway, so we are now at the end of July. We had a little bit of time off because somebody in my household got COVID.
Just
Justin, which he's doing a lot better now. So,
that's good.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
he's cool.
It's good to see him actually walking around,
Yeah, he's
still thriving on that one roll of toilet paper. I don't know how he does it, dude. He would survive in the wild so well.
minimal TP involved.
Supply conservation.
Yeah.
I think that's key.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to think of anything
I
else. I
only
need you to
use
stop talking
one
now.
square.
God. Okay. So, 4th of July, did you have anything go on?
Nah, 4th of July, we took it off. We just,
Didn't do anything?
yeah, we didn't want to go up to the beach, fight for space, pay for fireworks.
Yeah.
There was enough going on around us to where we just didn't need that extra expense. How's your 4th of July?
Nothing really worth mentioning. I went to my parents for dinner and then, well, actually, this is funny because 4th of July, we recorded our last episode.
Yeah.
And when John was leaving, Allie was just pulling up and she is flying in here and she's like, the neighbors, on the other side have put up a full road closure sign. Like they closed off the whole one, it's a big loop. So it's just one way you couldn't. Long story short, this side of the street just sucks. Like they put out speed bumps, which aren't even level, and then they put up road closure just because they feel like it. They're entitled. They just feel like they can just do this sort of thing. So John leaving, Allie got him all riled up. John left, and I have a text conversation that I'll throw up here. But long story short, turned them in, and then had the audacity after me and Allie weren't even home to go on Pokemon Go and took a picture for me to show that the road sign was put off to the side momentarily. But when I came back home, we left my parents' house like at 7:30 because she had to work so early. It was back out, and I felt like such a jerk. Yeah, I felt like such a jerk because right then is when like everyone's really starting to take off on their fireworks, and I'm coming through with my high beams on, and not really, but coming through, and everyone's got to move their fireworks out of the way.
Yeah. Good.
It took me about 10-15 minutes to even get to my house, and it should have taken me like 2 seconds. So,
You always could have turned left, but
I did turn left. There was no turning right. They had the sign out like that, so I can only go left. Like there was only one way to my house, which wasn't a big deal.
Jeez.
It's just I felt like a jerk being one of those cars that drives through everyone's fireworks. So
I'm sorry you put your fireworks in the middle of the road.
They were nice, but
like that's what we actually ran into when we came to the follow-up when we were doing Pokemon Go. We saw the sign was off to the side, and then we're like, you know what, we're gonna make a right, and so we made a right, and the glares, don't you see we're standing in the middle of the road? They weren't even doing fireworks yet, like, or they were. There was like this little mortar cannon there, but nobody was setting anything off. They were just a little group of people just in the middle of the road talking.
Dude, I don't even know. My HOA doesn't even exist. They only exist like one time per year.
Only when you don't do your lawn.
Yeah, and I did my lawn. It was so insulting. Anyway, so yeah, that was my highlight of my 4th of July was you going out and raising a ruckus, calling the police and getting them to move their sign.
I mean, to be fair, they were not legally up.
No,
not at all.
But you're more involved in my HOA than I am.
It's fine. It's the same story that I was telling you guys about when we worked at Fred Meyer. That if somebody came to me with a problem, I just went directly to the source.
Yeah,
and I was like, y'all are going to fix this. Or
action required.
Action required.
So I wanted to hit more topics that were a little more personable, relatable, maybe even help you a little.
Personable?
Yeah, like more personable. More personal? Is that what you think I'm supposed to say?
What I'm thinking you were saying.
Maybe. I had a little twisted tea. There's like half gone now. I'm so sorry. Anyway.
Throw a few extra letters into words. Yeah, it
Get your hands out of your pockets.
It makes you
You're
sound
not better than me.
a
Stop
little
it.
bit more sophisticated.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I wanted to actually talk. I know you haven't had the experience, but soon. Of purchasing a house. I have been fortunate enough now that I'm 30. I've bought now 2 houses. I don't have 2 houses. I've gone through 2 different purchases on 2 different financing programs. I've gone USDA my first home and then FHA on my second, which is my current house.
What is FHA?
So FHA is first time home buyers basically. And so my first house I bought in 2017 with my ex-husband. And that was an easy market. Like it literally took us no time. We bought this house in Eatonville through USDA because with USDA, you have to buy in a rural area, which means open spaces, a lot of nature, not urban.
Isn't USDA the ones that certify steaks? Make sure that they're good.
Yes,
USDA
United
approved?
States Department of Agriculture. That's what it stands for.
Yeah. Is that who you also went through to buy a house?
Correct. Yeah.
Really?
They have all sorts of
What?
resources. Yep.
I
You have a
haven't-
USDA. The reason why we got it was, one, the houses were more affordable out there, which they still are. But also you don't need a down payment. We were living in an apartment. Didn't make very much money together. But we waited till tax time and we used that as our earnest money once we found a house, which that's like just part of the process of buying a house is there's earnest money when you put it, what?
I don't know what earnest money is.
Okay, so it's like good faith between you and the person that you put an offer in that you're going to keep your word and you're not going to back out of the contract.
So it's kind of like a down payment?
Kind of, yes. The people that are selling the property have the right to keep that money if you end up pulling out for whatever reason.
Okay, yeah.
So you've already put in your offer. They accepted the offer. So here's the earnest money now.
Like, hey, just give us some time.
This is good faith that we
Yeah.
are 100% positive we're going with you.
Okay.
And that's with every home. Some of them are 1,000. Some of them are more. Just kind of depends on what kind of market you're in.
I had a weird kind of encounter because Naomi and I started looking for a house too. And I don't know if this is the right process or not, but the first thing I went to was my bank that I've been with forever. And I was like, hey, me and my wife are looking to buy a house. They're like, well, find a house that you want and then ask us.
No.
And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. If I'm going to look for a house, I need to know how much money I'm going to get approved for. And so like they gave me this website and they're like, just look for a zip code, find a house in there, and then it will calculate based on the location of where you're looking as to how much you can get approved for a house loan.
No, that's backwards.
That it didn't make sense to me. And so after I got home and I started looking at the website, I was like, we're just going to scrap this idea, throw it away. We'll start over.
Yeah.
We'll wait for Taylor's TED Talk to
basically
to learn what we need.
Yeah, no. First, that was a good idea is go to a mortgage lender that you think you're going to be going with. You don't necessarily need to go with them. You just get an idea of what you can afford. Because when my ex-husband and I initially first started the first house, we went and talked to somebody through his bank, which was Wells Fargo. And basically they take all of your like last 3 years of your tax returns. They look at all your pay stubs. They search your social security number to see because your credit score also affects which loan you can qualify for. So you're not military. So you could either qualify for USDA if you select anything basically from Graham down to, Eatonville to Yelm. Nothing basically Puyallup, anything close to the water basically in Washington State.
Just a certain section is USDA approved?
Correct. Yeah, there's a map. I don't know if they've updated it since I've done it, but yeah, basically anything close to the Puget Sound, you're basically out of bounds. So you go for a rural area, and then based on your credit score, which you have to have a kind of a higher credit score in this high 600s, 700s to get USDA. You can't get a log cabin. You can't get like a manufactured home.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things that they were just like, nope, we won't do that. And we found a nice one too for only like $150,000.
Too much of a liability. Yeah. So especially out in the woods, it's hard. But FHA, You can have a lower credit score. In the low 500s, they'll take you. You can qualify a first-time homebuyer's loan every 5 years, because then you're considered a first-time homebuyer. I don't know how that works, but every 5 years you can qualify for that. I looked into it. And then, so that's what I did. I've bought a home already. I'm not a first-time homebuyer, but I was
going to ask how you qualified for another first-time homebuyer.
I didn't. I did USDA first, and then I did FHA, because we did more than 3.5%
of the deposit, like down
payment. Yeah. So because we both got divorced and had equity from our homes, that's basically, we used that to throw on our down payment. FHA is also nice because you don't have to buy in a certain area. You can buy whatever you want.
That's good.
So as long as you have
can you buy a manufactured one?
Correct. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with FHA. You just have to have at least a 3.5% down payment on the house. So I went through an old coworker of mine, Sarah Beatty. She's with Keller Williams, I think, still. She's super nice, but she was so patient with us because this is an awful market. Okay, we bought this house 2 years now.
About there, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago. So from 2017, when we bought the house, my ex-husband and I, in Eatonville, we bought it for $255 for just under 2,100 square feet. Built in 2006, really nice house, and it was on a 1/4 acre. Sold that, made about $150,000 equity. $50,000 went towards like all the selling, closing expenses, real estate agents. And then he and I walked away with both like just over $50,000 each. So, I mean,
that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And yeah, dude. Of course, I spent most of my money on my Volvo at the time. Yeah. And then also living expenses after that, because starting over sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, so USDA, if you're cool with living out on the land, basically, like Eatonville, Yelm, just anything with open space, a lot of nature, which I like. I hate living over here. It's too busy.
Not too much nature, though. I want a good internet connection.
No. That was also nice about Eatonville, is we were on fiber optic. Yeah. With Rainier Connect. They had all of their... Yeah, Eatonville was actually really nice.
All right.
Yeah.
And where's that? Where do I need to go?
Eatonville? Yeah, I know.
Just a little bit that way?
Yeah, just a little bit towards the mountain there. I know, right? Yeah, they were on fiber optic. Yeah, living here in Graham as opposed to Eatonville, it sucks.
Yeah.
This is half the
Especially
size.
the neighbors.
Especially the neighbors. It's half the size. It was almost double the money. I will say that I bought this house for $410,000. We put 3.5% down as the down payment. And literally everything is itemized as far as the utilities. So it's really expensive to live right here. Yeah. Everything has its own company. Not, in Eatonville, everything was kind of consolidated with, sewer, water, trash, electricity. All that was just in the town of Eatonville utilities. And then the only thing that was separate was the internet. Well, but here, everything is a separate bill. So she and I can't, Tacoma Power and PSE, and it's so much. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Just get with a mortgage lender, please. If you're interested in buying a house or just want to know what you can afford. Don't get turned away by some Yahoo that says find a house first. It's like, no, because you don't know what you're shopping for. Find out what loan you can apply for. FHA, again, is for people with a credit score that's pretty low and never bought a house, but you have at least 3.5% of a down payment. And then so you are saving. But USDA, if you're willing to kind of have a drive, do that, because that's if you don't have a down payment.
All right. That is good to know. Thank you so much, Taylor.
You're welcome. So this taste test, I did not pick out. Allie picked this out. I think she got this at Spencer's, honestly. I honestly don't know what it is. It's like half Spanish. Says, hit or miss, will it explode on you? Even better when chilled or frozen. Ready to eat. So, this is a Fruities snack. It's 20 calories, 9 servings per container. To open, can you read that? Twist off the cap and throw away the cap. Are you ready? So I'm assuming this is strawberry because it's
in the shape of a strawberry,
a grape,
or blackberry, blueberries.
Okay.
Will it explode on you?
Yeah.
Juicy jelly delicacies.
I'm just gonna go for it.
All right.
It says a twist off the cap. I'm assuming this is the cap. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh.
It looks like it.
Don't squeeze it at all.
That is the wrong cap.
Yeah, that's the cap. Okay.
Will it explode on you? I
don't like
understand. It's
tastes
not
like
that good.
That tastes like old people.
I'll throw a picture up there, but
I don't know why I said
like
that.
Those.
It tastes like old. It's been sitting for a long, long time. I'm so sorry. It doesn't taste like old people.
I'll throw a picture up there, but it kind of reminds me of those like barrel juices.
Kind of, but not as shitty.
Like it looks like red water.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not getting a specificness out of this.
It just tastes like it's been sitting for a long, long time and it's lost most of its flavor.
Well, it's
like stale.
That's why I'm like relating it to like the barrel juices because they just don't have a flavor.
Don't talk shit about the barrel juices, okay? Those were like the highlight of the.
Sure, when I was like 6.
You obviously didn't play sports as a kid.
All right. So let's throw those in there. That was interesting.
Very interesting.
Thank you, Allie.
Thanks a lot, Allie.
Even though one of us didn't really appreciate it.
Whatever. About Amazon Prime. It was Prime Days, July 11th through 12th. How do you feel about Prime Day and e-commerce and all that?
So when I've looked at Prime Day over the last years, I really haven't bought anything. Honestly, there just hasn't been anything that really caught my eye, and I sat there for quite some time, just going through their like featured pages and just going through a bunch of their electronics because I don't really see myself getting much of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the blue tarantula?
Oh, that didn't last.
Money well spent.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for that donation to our channel, and mostly to me. Alrighty. Okay, so anyway, so now that we've worked retail, do you feel like Prime Day helps boost the the economy and all that crap? I also think that most of the deals on there are BS. Being a price changer, I think we both know.
Oh yeah, they'll just raise the price and then put it on sale.
Yeah, only something I have been shopping for was a pop-up tent because I have this stupid 8-person 2-room tent that takes 45 minutes per with 2 people helping. I wanted something that's quick, just for like a 1 or 2 night stay, right? So I've been looking at this Coleman 4-person pop-up tent, literally 15 seconds less, actually, because it literally just
15, less than your record, or it only takes 15 seconds to put up?
Yes, not even.
I want you to whip it out of your pocket, just be like.
We could. No, it was it's regularly $120, and on Prime Day they had it for $68. I was like, oh my gosh, 40% off. Take it. I mean, rarely does that ever happen that I have something in my cart and on Prime Day I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yes. So yeah, I have a 2-second tent.
You started with 15 seconds, and now it's 2 seconds.
Now it's 2 seconds. I'll be quicker every time. Half second tint. This twisted tea is really kicking in.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm sorry. Anyway, it's a nice color blue. It's in my living room. It's beautiful. I love camping.
Yeah.
I don't really camp a lot.
I went out and I saw it, and Aspen ran in there real quick.
Oh yeah, I also blew up a mattress in there.
Did you have it set up for the dogs to go in? And
it was for me and Allie because we had to look at a little movie night because I crashed our plans yesterday and today.
I don't know, but it still says we're recording.
Okay, but
my computer's not plugged in there.
Oh, it is. It did blow because. All right.
I already took a drink.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's been here right in my mouth.
All right, that's a clip.
I'm so surprised. You're like an IT. You're up there now, and you're not aware of like even Amazon products. This doesn't interest you?
Just because you have to understand, like, technology a couple years ago, when something new came out, everybody knew. Like, Alexa, like, oh my gosh, it's a huge thing. Yo, yay. But now everybody is making these. That's just an example. But there are so many more companies now than a couple years ago where they're just making all of this technology. And to have the expectation for somebody who works in the technology field to just, oh, you don't know about this? Like, no, it's a new thing, and I'm not following tech news.
It's like not saying like you don't know Harry Potter. I'm just saying.
But again, Harry Potter was introduced back in a time where it was minimal life living. You didn't need a lot. God. Like, I could just go out with a hoop and a stick and just play with it in the yard.
Get out of here, dude.
You know? And now I see like these 6-year-olds with like iPhone, like better iPhones than I have. And I'm like, excuse me.
There's no way. What do you have? Don't you have the Pro?
Yeah.
I just ordered one.
Semantics. Did you?
I did.
The 14 Pro Max?
Well, your camera you're like...
did you get the Pro or the Pro Max?
Oh, I'm not getting the Max.
Why not?
The Max didn't make any difference. It's just bigger.
Yeah. That's the difference.
I don't want bigger.
Bigger is better.
Well, I can barely fit in my jeans as it is, so I don't want anything to burst out in my pockets.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got the iPhone 14 Pro coming tomorrow. I'm a little late because now, like, we're almost to September, and they're gonna announce the
15 anytime soon. Yeah.
Whatever. But the camera looks dope.
It is.
I have the 11
really nice.
now.
So the phone itself, actually will auto change your lens depending on the perspective that the phone is at. So if I have like my phone right here on this keyboard, it'll show one lens. But if I zoom out and that lens just can't really focus as well, it'll swap to the other lens that has a better FOV.
Cool.
Yeah. So it auto adjusts really quick. It gets you a better angle.
I was hoping to actually
that's all I'll say on it until they sponsor us.
Right.
Sponsor us.
Apple. And a lot of people just use iPhone in general as their camera because
it's good.
Some of the cameras that are out there, like the DSLRs and whatever quick shots there are, they can be really spendy.
Sure. And they are also great. It's just a different medium.
For sure.
Yeah. And I can do what I want to do and be satisfied with just using an iPhone. I don't need a super expensive fancy camera. I used
to be an Android person, and I still could be. Still could be.
I'm glad you converted.
I've put in too much money. Like, basically, if something were to happen to me, whoever gets my iTunes account will be like a millionaire because I've put so much money into the music and shit. But I like I've
Where's
like a
Spotify.
I don't use Spotify.
Why?
I've always been Pandora.
Like, so much music, and you can make your own playlist for it.
Yeah, same with Pandora.
But it's cheaper than Pandora.
What about SoundCloud?
I don't use SoundCloud. I don't know.
I figured. Anyway, so once you invest in the Apple family, like you can't like go back. I know you have Alienware, but like I have a Mac desktop, I have a Mac laptop, I have a
Yeah, I was
Mac,
gonna comment on that.
What?
Like you were an Android user, and now you use a MacBook.
Slowly but surely.
Convert to Windows.
I haven't converted to the headphones yet. The Apple headphones, the Apple Pods,
The AirPods.
AirPods. Fuck.
They're not going to sponsor us with Apple Pods.
That twisted tea. But yeah, I haven't done the headphones yet. I still haven't. I don't believe in it yet. It's nice because I lose a lot of things that you can do, like the I lost my iPhone thing for that. But no, I don't believe in the Apple sound yet.
They're too tiny for me to go for that.
How do you know? Because the AirPod Pros have like the actual like little grippy silicone tips.
Just from seeing them, I don't think that they would be good for me.
But there's over the ear.
If I was to do that, I would just get headset like I do. I have a Bose headset
I do.
that I've had for years.
Bose is really
when
good.
I worked for 8.
Is it like quiet comfort or?
Yeah, I think that's the exact
like memory foam cushion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Inside the ear cuff is like slanted for your ears, so it doesn't like squish your ears. Your ears can just sit in there naturally, and the cuffs will like noise cancel it out. But the headphones that I have 2 channels, so I could hook up Bluetooth to like my phone and my computer, and it will play audio from either and switch between it, which is pretty nice.
Shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have my eyes on this pair of Sony's wireless earbuds that are one of the best noise canceling. But the only thing is, like, I would never wear it in public. Like, even when I go to the gym, like, I want to be aware of, like, I'm paranoid that something bad is happening behind me,
Just wear one earbud.
I don't like that either.
Why?
You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like that's
You can enjoy your music and still be aware of your surroundings.
I just wear my JBL cheapies that are noise canceling, and I can still kind of be aware of what's going on around me.
If you're looking for nice and affordable, I found these Skull Candy Sesh Evos.
Yeah.
Those are really nice. They have a long battery life. The case charges for like 12 hours. Something pretty good.
Yeah. Working in electronics, though, Skull Candies are kind of ruined for me. They push that so much.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I've always thought it as like the cheaper brand, but just these Sesh Evos have been amazing the whole time. Yeah.
Let's see. So you've never been Android, huh?
No.
Really?
No.
I thought you would definitely, with expandable memory at the time.
So everybody would think like, hey, you're a developer. Don't you think that you would like Android a lot more?
Yeah.
Sure. If I was a mobile developer, sure.
Yeah.
I could see myself enjoying Android because it would be a platform where I could test applications for. But because I'm more of a back-end desktop developer, that's where I've developed. I haven't done any mobile developing.
Now hold on here.
Yeah.
You have an iPhone.
Yes.
But the laptop I'm looking at is Alienware, which is also known as Dell, right?
Yes.
That's basically like the Android version of a computer, because you can kind of customize it and do whatever you want, right? Whereas Mac, I mean, it's all built-in security
features. Right, but
features.
I'm a developer for this kind of PC. If I was a mobile developer, I would probably go with an Android. But because I'm a PC developer, my PC is customizable.
So you don't believe in Macs, but you believe in Apple.
I think Macs are very limited. They're very tied down, which is what I like about the iPhone, but I don't like that in a PC.
What about like the pros, like the Mac Pro?
I haven't done enough looking into to really know their capabilities.
But you know that Alienware could do the job.
Alienware has good processing power to handle video editing, gaming, high-end gaming, like World of Warcraft or those high-demand graphic games. If you need good FPS, like CSGO, I don't personally play that, but just an example. I needed something that supported that kind of online massive online games.
The computer behind you is one of Justin's older towers, and my ex-husband also like would get into customizing his own towers.
Uh-huh.
Would you do that?
Yeah. That's the plan. Once we get a house that we're actually going to like stay in, Naomi and I would like to build our own PCs.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the idea. Right now, with us having plans on moving a lot or like being mobile a lot and not having a permanent place, a laptop is a lot more convenient. So her and I both have an Android. Her and I both have an Alienware.
Cool.
And that's going to do us well for now.
Okay.
We definitely want to go into building our own PCs.
Yeah.
I've built a few PCs for other people, just freelance work. Loved it.
Do you go off certain websites like Newegg or anything like that?
So there's this website that I use called PC Part Picker, and it is like a central hub that will like spider web out to other websites to find good deals and pricing on certain things that you're looking to do. So let's say I go to PC Part Picker, and now it has a bunch of different like empty template for you. So like motherboard, GPU, CPU, case, IO, RAM. Like, so it's got a bunch of empty little slots there. You can populate with what you want, and then PC Part Picker will kind of spiderweb out to these other websites and pull prices. So like if you want a 4090, they'll reach out and be like, oh, you know, there's all these different websites that have a 4090. Which one do you want? So then you pick the one with the best price. And then at the end, when you check out, PC Part Picker will actually order from those websites. And then they like get it in, they put it in a whole package. They don't build it. They just put it all in a package, and then they send it to you.
So they do all the legwork basically for you.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's a little bit more pricey, but they have compatibility checking.
Oh, I see. Got it. So you're never buying the wrong part.
Exactly.
Cool.
So if you choose a motherboard and then you want certain RAM and it isn't compatible with that motherboard, it'll tell you. It'll be like, hey, this isn't going to fit.
Cool.
So it allows you to really just build comfortably and reliably for what you want. It allows you to build comfortably and reliably for what you want. Yeah. And not really have too much of a hassle. And I've used it every time I've built a PC, and it's been great builds every time.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many builds have you done?
I build 3.
Cool. Basically, do you have free range, or do you have a budget that you can also work with?
It really depends. Typically, there's a budget. You know, hey, I want you to build me a PC that's under $1,000. And so what I can do on that website is just build it out, find parts, you know, as close to the specs that they're looking for. They're not going to tell you every little item that they want, but they might be like, I want a 4090. I want, you know, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, but they, you know, they're not going to tell you I want HyperX or I want a different brand like Vengeance. Like they're not going to tell you that. So typically, so I can build all this out and then print like a link that I can forward onto them and be like, hey, look at these specs. This, you know, this is the price that it is. These are the items that are going to be in the build. Does this look like something that will work for you? And they can either come back with yay, nay. They want to change something, you know, a bit here. If they have a little bit more of a budget left, they might want to upgrade to like 32 gigs instead of 16 gigs. So yeah, it all really depends on what they want.
Got it. Yeah. So the criteria, you can basically just let it populate.
Yeah.
And then just add and subtract as you please.
Yeah, it's great.
That's cool. What is it? What website is that again?
PC Part Picker.
Got it. Sponsor. This week's or episode's Chaps Are Hot, I said basically that you can't have a simple coughing fit without people judging you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard.
That and like sneezing.
I feel
like
self-conscious.
like you could just have one little sneeze and then you look up and people are looking at you like, oh.
I can never have one sneeze, by the way.
Yeah, it's always two.
Oh, I am fit. I have I have like a sneezing fit every time. But yeah, thanks to COVID, I can't even have a stupid. I can't even swallow something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just crap. That
Take
cheese stick.
little tiny sip of water, just to
Then spit it back out.
wet up your throat, and just goes down the wrong pipe immediately.
Yeah, I can't have a little bit of a cough. But have you had COVID?
I have not.
You haven't gotten COVID?
I've traveled a lot, and we have not got it.
You got all your vaccinations and everything? Yep. Shoot, me too. But yeah, I got it last year. I have a quick little question for you.
For me,
are you aware of? You know what Swedish fish are, right?
They are fish that are in Sweden.
Swedish fish, the little like gummy.
Yes,
fish.
I am aware.
Do you know what flavor they are?
I did once upon a time. I'm gonna say strawberry.
Nope. Try again.
Orange.
Nope. Try again.
Blueberry.
Okay, now you're just being in.
It sounds like a trick question.
It's not really, though. If you think of Swedish fish, do you know the Swedish, like think IKEA. Have you ever, shopped at IKEA?
No.
Oh. Okay, so viewers out there, Swedish fish are not cherry, nor are they strawberry. They're Swedish. And the Swedish berry is the lingonberry, which if you've been a shopper at IKEA, you'd know that. It's lingonberry flavored. Yes. I learned that recently. I was like, duh.
I learned that this year, but it's not knowledge that I need to share with other people, so it doesn't stick.
I thought it was a cute little fact.
It is. Did
you guys notice that I got a sweatshirt of our graphic design?
And now that it's with the background, I can see that like the tiles in the back kind of like correlate. Like this is the pink one, you've got the teal.
Yeah, no, Courtnie did a great job trying to actually get this.
That's beautiful. Her information is in the link. If you like her artwork, you've seen our logo design at the beginning and end of our videos. Hit her up if you're looking for any content to be made.
Yeah, Courtnie Posey made this design.
That is adorable. When am I going to get one?
We're working on that. It's a work in progress. Once we start really taking off, we'll get some merch and I don't know. Winter's coming, so maybe we'll get
Winter's coming.
Yeah. What's that from?
Game of Thrones? Yeah?
Yeah, it's from Game of Thrones.
Hey!
Good job. Okay, was there anything else you wanted to cover?
I don't think so. That was a good little episode today. I like it. Especially the jelly juices.
No.
The
technical difficulties.
I don't know if we're going to show those.
Yes, we are.
So you're probably going to see a blip midway through the video. We lost power.
We blew a breaker.
Yeah, somebody turned that bidet all the way high, and they should not have. So much for joining us on the kitchen sink with Taylor and John. And we'll see you on the next one.
John and Taylor.